News, and I'm Michael Miller. We have two great guests here, Carlos Ribero, and with Next Media, and you're also the president of the Greater Kendall Business Association and Profit Inc.
Correct.
All right.
Thanks,
and we
Michael.
have Manny Sarmiento with the Doral Chamber of Commerce and his lovely wife, who is co-vice president.
Yes.
She's actually in charge.
Co-founder, VP, CFO. She does everything.
And she's
Yeah, I get all the credit. She does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, she's over there. She's motioning me, telling me to
Yes.
keep it quiet, that she's the boss. All right.
Go.
So
Stop.
first thing, what we want to look at is, you guys are dressed really nice. You got a nice shirt, a handkerchief up there, beautiful jacket. Your wife did a good job with that. And Manny, you look like you're in like some TV show. But why don't we show the folks what you're wearing? If you can put your leg up here again.
Sure. I mean, every day's a happy day.
Look at this.
I
Look at this.
celebrate it with happy socks.
See?
And jeans and sort of very casual shoes.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I'm wearing the blue shoes today.
Okay. And Manny, do you have anything on underneath the jacket?
Nothing. I'm on my underwear right now. I'm not going to show you. But the happy socks thing, that's a good topic to talk about. We used to give them away at to speakers. We bring the happy socks.
I remember you did that
Yeah.
with the short guy from the chambers. And you let him show off his socks that were halfway up to his knees. And one of the great things about doing these type of things, you see the possibility with Zoom, and you can have this great approach right here and be very casual with it. So we're going to start with Manny. We met, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago.
Long time ago in a galaxy.
And then, when I first met you, you called and you said to me, "Hey, listen, Michael, you guys, I sent you out a press release and you didn't publish it." And you're a little pissed off. I said, "Well, did you follow up then?" And I said, "No, go ahead and send it to me. We'll take care of it." Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. No, I'm still laughing about the part you said I'm pissed off because I tell you how I feel. You know that, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, he's very open about that. That's a really good part of you.
Yeah.
And since then, it's been wonderful. You're one of our great supporters. We certainly appreciate that.
All the time, anything you need.
Okay. And Carlos has got his hands full. He's got his business, Next Media, and volunteer presidency at Greater Kendall Business Association, Chamber of Commerce, and Profit Inc., which is also, it's a business club.
Yeah, it's a category exclusive business club, so we can only have one vertical per member, similar to BNI.
And Profit's been around for 50 years.
Since 1970.
All right.
I wasn't around then. I was in.
You weren't even born then.
Well, thank you for that, Michael.
And then Greater Kendall, I understand that you missed one meeting and that you were gleefully appointed to take over.
Well, you know how it works, Michael. You've seen the movies where they ask for a volunteer, step up, please, and everybody steps back. So that's what happened.
But you've gotten faster now, so you can step back.
Yeah.
So Manny, you started the Doral Chamber of Commerce. How did you get to that point, and when was that?
Well, I've lived in Doral on and off since 84, I think, right? There was another chamber there, Doral Airport West, that fizzled out. They created two more chambers. Those fizzled out. You had the Doral Business Council, which was pretty good structure, but I didn't think it was run well because the type of meeting it was a breakfast meeting and an after hours, and that was it. You paid your membership, and then what? So we said, okay, look, what do we need? We're in the era of social media. SEO, people didn't understand websites, so we said, hey, let's get something that's educational. So we came up with the concept of still the networking events, but also the educational aspect of it.
So you're a leader in that arena. I know she probably doesn't want me to tell you this, but you're really good at what you do. All right?
Thank you.
Come on, Michael, say some more. All right, and bold at doing it. So people can join your chamber at all sorts of different levels, and you have events all throughout the month. Mm-hmm. So just do like an average month. Tell us what that might look like.
Already next month for March. This was a slower month. We still had a breakfast event, and I forget what we did. So much stuff. But we're having on the 27th. We're having an after hours at Benesco. We've already got around 53 RSVPs. We're doing an after hours at King's Dining and Entertainment. I think we're having a breakfast event. Pana, we're having a breakfast event. We encourage our members to ask us to go ahead and do an event at their location, and when they do, that's typically our place to do that. And we also incorporate a lunch in there somewhere. We have our lunch this month for next month. Yeah, we have a lunch. We have a lunch with the new city manager for the city of Doral, Mayor Fraga, the re-elected Piñero Rafael Piñero, councilman, and the newly elected Nicole Reynoso, which you invited here. You had, and we endorsed.
And so again, when did you start the Doral Chamber?
2008, towards the end of 2007. And it was a challenge because we didn't have the support, because the mayor back then, I won't mention his name, did not support us.
Carmen, he's trying.
Did not support us.
But
We didn't really start getting support until Luigi Boria was the mayor, and then the old mayor came back in, lost the support again. Now we have really great, strong support, as we support Christy Fraga, Mayor Christy Fraga. Strongly support Mayor Christy Fraga because her initiatives and her efforts in the city of Doral have made the real difference in the city of Doral.
So and Carlos, why do people join Profit, and why do they join the Greater Kendall Business Association? What is it they're looking for?
I always tell people that obviously you're a business person, you're a small business owner or a professional, you're looking for leads, referrals. And I always tell people the worst that can happen is that you're going to make a few new friends. So there's that. There at the Greater Kendall Chamber of Commerce, we also have an educational focus on it. So we'll have a breakfast every month. We have a speaker that talks about different topics. Next month is going to be AI. This month was about retirement for the small business owner. So that's, so you're going to get an education. You're going to be able to network. You're going to learn new things, and you're definitely going to make new friends. And the one thing that we stand out for, and it's not because we say it, it's people say it. If you look at our reviews, is that we are the friendliest place to do business.
And with the Greater Kendall, during the month, what type of events do you have?
We always have a breakfast, a lunch, and a happy hour. And now we're starting with new programs, new virtual programs. So that makes it a little bit easier for people to get there.
Okay.
And what he said was exceptional, by the way, that having a speaker. We started that way. We actually, every Friday morning at 7:00, we'd have, God, that was crazy in 2008, 2009. But he's got the idea. He's got the concept.
I see Sandra Peoples was one of your speakers.
Yep, Sandra Peoples. We've got some really, I can't announce them yet, but we've got some big names coming up for March, April, and May. And I just want to say something about Manny's organization. I see you as a pioneer, and the way, I'm not a member, but the way I was introduced to, and by the way, I'm copying it. The way I was introduced to your organization was through a speed networking event, and it was at IKEA, and there must have been, I swear, 150 people there.
Well, it was 104. It was the biggest one we had.
Okay, that was the one I was at then.
Good.
And
but you notice we do it differently though.
Yeah.
Right. Everything is like you show up at 7:15 in the morning to register, 7:30 to 9, to about 8. People network, having their coffee and stuff.
Right.
Then we sit. We do it a different way.
Right.
Not the circular tables. We do it fast. We do it fun, and then we give an opportunity to what I call matchmaking, business matchmaking. Raise their hands. Okay, who wants to meet Joe? And we make it fun. I have the bell. I'll ring the bell. Yep. Ears, they don't move. So it's got to be fun and interesting. People love that event.
Are you still doing it?
Yeah, we were just waiting for. We have our meeting with IKEA on the 27th to go ahead and renew again and start doing them. So
excellent.
We have to put something.
Great
on the
event.
calendar.
Really good event.
No, thank
you.
So
for the last 5 years, everybody's been talking about the economy. We've been talking about it for 105 years, but recently, and people seem to be a little bit unsure about the directions. But tell us about the economy in Doral and for your members.
Well, look, it's a mishmash. I was interviewed by MSNBC the other day asking about the effects of the immigration policies and the deportations and all that on the economy. We're not really seeing. We're not really seeing whether I can't see whether we're growing or we're dying, or it looks like it's the status quo. I mean, it looks like it's the same. But then you look at back where we have our offices, warehouses, and those warehouses are busier than ever. But then you look at the traffic, and some days you have no traffic, and then other days like today, it's maddening. I can't tell. I can't tell what's going on. The jobs report in January was good. I don't know what's going to happen with these policies.
And all those things affect us.
Yeah.
If you read something or hear something bad, so it affects you for a couple of days or a week, and then you get back to whatever the regular habit was. But it's all going to get stabilized, where people are going to feel better about themselves.
But Carlos said it though. Let me interrupt you a second. He said it before. Get your tail out there. You know, that's the biggest issue is getting members engaged. You know, you joined. Why aren't you showing up to stuff?
That is so true, man.
You know, and
that's something that is beside myself. I'm beside myself on that, because people pay their dues and then they don't show up. And then when it's time to renew, I mean, this doesn't happen often, but when it's time to renew,
you didn't do anything for me, Carlos.
I didn't get my ROI. You didn't get your ROI. You need to show up.
Wait, but we show them. We show them that they didn't show up.
Oh yeah,
constant
absolutely.
contact. You know, you can tell who's clicked.
It's like that trainer at the gym.
I opened it up and I showed. I had somebody at one of our events show up, and it was a renewal. We were sending them the renewal automatically already. He said, I'm not going to stop sending me the renewal because you guys done nothing for me. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I had my laptop right. Open up. Okay, go in constant contact.
Way to go, Manny.
Okay, that's your email. Okay, this says how many times you've opened. Oh, wait, it's 0. Oh, and you haven't shown up to anything. I can't help you. You know, I'd rather not have those people who are not going to show up, because I can't help it. It's like Carmen compares it to a gym. Okay, if I paid my membership last year, I lost no weight, I have no muscles. Why? You want me to blame it on the?
You
on
talking
the gym?
about yourself?
Yeah, I can't blame it on the gym. I didn't show up. You know.
So here's one that's even funnier than that. You know, we have people sometimes say, "I'm not getting your emails." Well, you unsubscribe.
You unsubscribe. Oh, that's a big one. Yes.
So, Manny,
and you can tell all these things, Michael.
Right.
When people join, they're invited to send an ad. Do I have this right?
Yeah.
To you, which you
no, we do it automatically when
you
you
do it automatically. Okay.
The welcomes, Doral Chamber welcomes, and we create the image, the 1080 by 1080 for social media. We send out Mondays is Doral Chamber welcomes. And with all the new ones for that week, and the renewals automatically. But then we encourage them to upload. We have an upload button on the website. You can upload your promotion. 1 to 5 days later, it gets sent out. Now it's over 40,000 contacts with about 25% open rate. We post it across 40 plus social media sites that we have open since 2008. We put it on our website. It has about 30,000 unique visitors on it. And by the way, website's down right now, so we're working on it. 30,000 unique visitors per month. And I have to push people to send them up. Now, a lot of people don't have a media company or a designer.
Yeah.
For trustees, we'll even do the design for them. That's included.
So you're able to market them. They join the organization. They can be with like-minded people, and you do marketing for them on the website, newsletter, things that they might be able to do, but probably wouldn't. Right. So
Correct.
they essentially, the way I'm looking at your organization, they join, you do marketing for them, and then they can have several times a month go meet people, like-minded people in the Doral area.
Yeah.
And Carlos, tell us about Profit Inc. I know they've been meeting for lunch over at the
94th Aero Squadron
since I was in high school. I think that. All right, so it's there once a month.
We meet there once a month, and then we'll meet at another location another time in the month, and then we'll have happy hours as well.
And there's some crossover. Some people that are
absolutely, yeah.
And I went to a recent West Kendall in the evening at some restaurant bar on
Booyah.
It was very nice. Ran into a whole bunch of people. It's very relaxing and very informal. And with the ambiance of everybody there, you sort of blend in.
Right.
And it was very, very nice. You have a gentleman, Mike Sutta.
Yep.
So he's in the simplified in the credit card arena.
Correct.
And so one of the things I've seen that he does, he can go help you save some money by pointing out here's some issues that you're having, and we can make it easier, for you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, if we could, AI. We just brought it up a few minutes ago. AI is being used by a gigantic percentage of people, throughout the world, almost on a daily basis. So prior to us getting on, you spoke to your special assistant.
Yes,
right? That's a figment of our imagination, but she was talking to you.
Oh, she. I mean, I'm married, so
okay.
If I didn't have Carmen in my life, I'd marry Chatika. Okay, so I gave her a name, Chatika. Okay.
So one of the things you recognize, you have to be able to ask questions in order to get the answers you're looking for. Mm-hmm. So why don't you share with what you can remember that you asked for and the responses you got?
Okay, we asked because then it gave us the script as the chat. So I said, give me a couple of good topics. We're both Carlos and I, with Chambers of Commerce and here at Community Newspapers. Can you give me maybe 5 or 6 talking points that we can discuss about current economy, business, networking? She came back and said, and so sure thing. By the way, you can change the accent, you can change the gender. It's awesome. She says, sure thing. Here are a few talking points you might discuss: current economic trends, how local businesses are adapting to economic changes and inflation, support for small business, the role of chambers and local media in supporting small business and startups. Number 3, networking opportunities, entrepreneurship, etc. And I can elaborate on this conversation. I can have a conversation back and forth with her.
So here this gigantic tool, the things we would never come up with, or it would take forever, a half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe maybe never get there. And one of the things we've learned is you have to learn how to ask the questions and get back what you're looking for.
So it's interesting because AI, we've been using AI for a long time. Yes. IVRs that answer the phone and say, press 1, press 2, that's AI. But what's changed the game is generative AI, and that's what ChatGPT is. So it is like that, and you're right, Michael. It's all about the prompt. Sometimes I'll write prompts that are a page long, and you have choices now. ChatGPT was the first one out of the box, but now they're everywhere. There's even a Chinese version now that is causing a lot of DeepSeek. It's causing just a lot of turmoil because it was done very economically and challenges the business model.
So they say.
So they say. I agree with you. So they say.
Because the Chinese guys, I think they keep secrets from us.
Right. So now it's gotten to the level where you won't believe the stuff it can do. For example, Sora, which is part of ChatGPT, you can do a 5-second video. You tell it what you want. And for example, the other day I needed a boat on fire. It created a beautiful boat on fire. You can have your own avatar. You can speak, and it's you. Now, it's not 100% perfected, and it's like when you see those movies that have computer-generated images. It looks real, but it's not. But it's getting there. It's unbelievable what you can do with it. This is the tip of the iceberg.
If I can give you a couple of examples of how we're using, I'm thinking about maybe doing a class on what it can do. We just designed a logo for a new service that we're going to have. Right now, the media team creates we're creating videos as a beta. We're creating videos for our members. Right now, we're doing one on escapology. We did one for U.S. Century Bank. And the media team can do these things, and they're really being nitpicky because we want these beta videos to be really good. But you can do a video in 10 minutes. Okay, so script to video, and then you can make some changes. Whenever somebody writes in for membership information, I can have Chatika, I put in the email, and then this is automatic. There's a way to do it automatically now.
Right.
But just copy paste the email and say, Chatika, please answer this in this specific way. This is for restaurants, so please give them the restaurant points for Taste of Doral. Let's see, what else? I've done rewrites of copy, rewrites for information. A member that wanted information.
This brings intelligence to everybody. You don't have to be a writer. You don't have just do it and practice, right? And then from a simplistic point, I don't know how long it's been there, but I see if I write a letter and I want to get it better, I hit whatever it is, and it fixes the letter.
Yeah. Copilot can do that.
Copilot can do that. So the one big negative in my eyes is that we're using our brains less. So I'm not saying it's right now, but think about your phone. I used to memorize everybody's phone number, all my friends, my family. Now I don't have to. Now I don't know anybody's phone number. They're in my phone.
When we were younger, we used to look at maps and figure it out, or we just knew
there's another one.
What direction was there. And so I see that. And I remember when my son was growing up, I said to him, how do you know that answer? He'd be sitting at the end of the table. I just looked it up.
Yeah. Interesting
thing. I said to him, could you print that out for me? He says, so Dad, after I print it out for you, what are you going to do with it? He says, so here, look at it.
Oh, by the way, let me give you an example of what we do a lot with ChatGPT is handling Excel spreadsheets. We get, that we have a business called the List Annex. and we sell lists. Well, I get the entire list of attorneys. By the way, how many? 98,000 attorneys in Florida, I believe, or more than that. So we sell those lists broken up. You know, you've purchased lists from us. Actually, I give them to you free. You know that. So I put the whole spreadsheet in ChatGPT, and I said, give me only the Broward or Broward County attorneys. Boom, 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 boom. Click download.
No, come on.
And
Like
that's an easy task for
Like
that. I
that,
mean,
yeah.
they can ChatGPT with spreadsheets can do formulas, and you say, I want this, and
Yeah.
I want, for example, we were just talking about at Profit Inc. the second lunch of the month. Now we're trying to break it up into smaller groups. So I just told ChatGPT, all right, do a spreadsheet. Nobody can repeat with each other in these groups. And you know, these people are always the leaders of the group. Give me 6 months worth of groups. Boom! In 2 seconds, it spits it out. So
One more example, which since you do events, and this is great. You know, we have everybody register, but sometimes people show up, or they have a different email address on their business card, right? So we still collect the business cards in a bowl, right? We got back to the office the other day, and I said, well, let me try this. So I had one of our staff put the business cards like we used to do, and you know, on the copier, copied the list, the spreadsheet. I mean, the business cards, all 32 of them or whatever. And then I said, okay, upload that to ChatGPT, to Chatika, and have Chatika give you a spreadsheet with all those names, addresses, email addresses, phone numbers. Boom, like that.
So it reads images, which is unbelievable.
So many things. So people can take classes all over. Miami-Dade has actually a 4-year degree now, and I'm sure there's classes you can just go to learn, or if you want to get a certificate somewhere, you can go to
Google. And by the way, I don't know if you offer them, but we can offer free Google certificates.
Certification?
Yeah, they have one on AI. You can offer that if you don't have it. I'll show you how
And-
for free to people.
And all those things matter, because if somebody takes the time to learn a little more, when they go to their office and do work, they're going to see how much better they produce.
But let's tell the audience not to waste their time on classes that are at this level about, you know, about learning management systems and generative. What you want to do is learn the practical uses.
Which is a great point, Manny, because you see a lot of courses out there that are theoretical or way too basic.
The Google AI one is kind of like that. At the beginning, it's all about what is.
But somebody could go on, they could sign up for Chat or any of them. They have a free model, and they can just go and practice.
Yeah, and play with it.
Yeah.
We have some people here that they still type like I do, like this. And so I said, why don't you go? I said, after you write the answers to me, why don't you go to Gemini or whatever it was and push a button, see what happens. Now, this person couldn't put 2 words together. All of a sudden, I'm looking, going, this is wonderful. I said, I know you didn't write it, but you put enough of the information in to get back something that you're looking for.
Our hosting service had. I'm getting a little tired of Ionis. Okay, our hosting service, and they wanted to charge me for some bill from 2012. So I couldn't add a product I wanted to add to my account. No, you have invoices pending. What invoices? One from 2012, one from 2022. They were able to send me the domains from 2022. Those were not mine. From 2012, no domains. So every supervisor I could, via chat, via calling, and then, okay, no problem. I got this. Went to Trustpilot, went to ChatGPT. I took the chat that I had with the person from Ionis, including the supervisor, on the chat, right? Copied that onto ChatGPT, and I said, here, write me a review for Trustpilot based on this conversation. Went on Trustpilot, 1 star. And then Better Business Bureau, 1 star. I already got an answer back. They already took care of that.
Right. So, and you bring up a really good point. That one, you have to be versatile enough, and 2, be able to work that so you can move forward on that. So, and wherever anybody's at, you just got to practice it over and over and over. And so now big businesses are paying attention. Before they wouldn't,
but they don't know how to use it.
Yes, and so sometimes we hope that they'll use that. And when I try to explain to somebody, when the internet's first kicked in, I think in the middle 80s, we were fortunate enough to adopt that concept, which was you're either going to get on the train and talk to myself, or you can be left behind. This is when
you came to my classes a bunch of times. Yes.
And
you got on the train.
So
And
whatever the internet did, AI is already there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
but you're implementing.
Yes.
You've always implemented. Okay, everything that you're doing here, you are the best model. And my hope is that
I
we
agree.
can just knock out Miami Herald.
Right.
Really, that's a useless media. Your media covers everything, covers 12 communities in an amazing way with the distribution that I've always taught to do. You go digital, video, you go social media, you go email marketing, and you go print. There is nothing like your model, Mike.
Yeah. And the big differentiator is they are hyper local.
Yeah.
So nobody does that anymore.
And speaking of that,
No,
Susan McDowell,
there's no model. Let me tell you, there's no model like you.
Right.
And I tell everybody that. No model like yours.
Yeah.
You're really going to knock them all out. I'll tell you.
That's going to get you a free ad, by the way. what
Okay.
you just said.
He always gives me free ads anyway.
So
He's a good guy.
visiting professor was just here, in one of the departments here taking pictures of stuff because they said, "How did this all happen?" I said, "Well, I just did." Later this afternoon, Susan McDowell with Circle of One Marketing here. 3 guests today happened to be 3 African American reporters from the Miami Herald. Yesterday we had John Lennon's old girlfriend of 10 years
Wow.
was here.
Not
That was a
Yoko.
big-
It wasn't Yoko.
No, there was the girlfriend. They all sort of worked together.
Oh, okay. Controversy. I thought you didn't like controversy.
And it was like, holy moly. And so my wife did that show yesterday, and it was
You got her on air now too.
yeah.
I got a phone call from her. I was saying, "Oh, we just love Michael. He's just amazing. He's just great. And Michael and Grant are great." And then she says, "Yeah, Michael's my husband."
Yeah, she's the great team spirit there, and thank you for that. So anyway, so the point of all that is figuring out where, as Wayne Gretzky said, go where the puck's going, not where it is.
Yeah.
And I think we have to do that in all these businesses, including, think back with the restaurants, with Uber 10 years ago, 8 years, whenever it was, some of the restaurants would complain, they charge so much money for it. I said, but they don't charge you unless they're picking up, unless they placed an order.
Yeah.
And so one of the guys was complaining, he now does $15,000 a week with Uber. It did not affect his pickup business, his delivery, or his in-house because he adopted. He says, I think this is a good way to go as far as to try to get their business. So what changes do you think you're going to see in the small to medium-sized businesses that we deal with every day? You see any trends?
Well, they've got to get smarter. Okay, they've really got to get out of their own way. For instance, you mentioned restaurants. I go to restaurants. I said, I want to do an event at your place. Please give me 2 free drinks and some hors d'oeuvres. Oh, we don't have the budget for that. I said, are you freaking kidding me? We have 40,000 emails we send out. We're going to be blasting this thing everywhere. Your name's going to be everywhere. I'm going to bring new people in here, high-end, high quality, who are going to be at your place for the first time. And you've seen me do that. Raise your hands, first time here. Even IKEA. A lot of people have never been to IKEA.
Yeah.
Okay, raise your hand, first time
I follow
here.
that yellow line throughout the whole store.
Yeah, you follow the yellow line. 107 Steak and Bar. They do cooperate because they understand that these new people, these new corporate people who come in will come in back for the corporate lunch or their whiskey Wednesdays
And all
or
that
rent
matters
space.
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that
Gotta
because
get smarter, guys. Got to get smarter.
I agree. I think that also changed after the pandemic because what I observed is before it was a lot easier to get your 2 free drinks and the flowing hors d'oeuvres, but you're dead on. We're running into the same thing. They're just so short-sighted that they don't understand. You're going to bring 50 people into their establishment. You're going to introduce your brand. Like we were at a place, and I won't mention the name this week, and they were telling us we've been here 5 years, and people come in and say, "Did you guys just open?"
Yeah.
So we help put them on the map, and from we're both marketing guys. And from a marketing perspective, small businesses are lost, in my opinion. I really think that they're hesitant to get outside help. Most of them are not trained marketers. Most of them do not have in-house marketing capabilities. So, just networking, for example, that's one touch point. Get out there and network.
So this is where we have salespeople. They go out to the meetings. They go to the 30, 40, 50, 60 people are there. I'm thinking, how many days would it take one of our guys cold calling and where you get a good reception?
But what do I do when Richard shows up, right?
I know.
Richard shows
Thank
up a
you
lot.
very much for
So what do I say? I announce the paper because I really do endorse you. Okay, you really are. This isn't BS. This isn't because I love you and Grant. This isn't BS. This is because you're doing the right job. And I tell them the place to advertise and market is community newspaper, and this is why. Now, when I talk about that at an event, there's Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, so they talk to Richard right here. He's right there.
You know, as both you know, we do a lot of events. Katsukuba is one
Yep.
of our places. We do Evelyn Greer Park, and it's 100 to 300 people that show up.
Yep.
What a great opportunity for the people to show up and go to there and meet the people.
Yeah.
And for us, when we can get people there, they find out more about us. Just like when they go to one of your meetings, they're going to find out more about their members and also more about you. Hey, this entity is doing this.
Yeah, and those are not only great events, but I thank you personally because you make it a point to introduce everybody to me.
Yeah.
So, you guys really do a great job for the community and for small businesses and professionals.
Michael, very important because I saw the clock is gone here. Very important. Look, and I say this at every meeting. Well, first of all, we cooperate with other chambers that cooperate with us. And I always mention Chamber South. I mentioned you guys. By the way, I miss George Pena. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he was a great guy. Okay. Cooperate with us. Show up. You know, if you're in Kendall, you're not going to come to Doral. So where do you go? You know, get with Carlos here. Go, show up. But remember, the person you meet at a networking event is not the person that's going to buy from you. That's 99.9% of the time. But what do? And I call them, you going to be a card pusher? You know card pushers?
Yeah.
You know, first thing they do is
Give the card to
whip the
everybody.
card out. This is my card. I don't want your card. Don't even take out your card. Okay. Your job is to get to know that person because that person has a network. And we have amazing individuals in our chamber. He's got amazing individuals in his chamber who have a network of people. Build a relationship and find a way to help that person that you met and make it about them. There's something called reciprocity. Okay. But, you got to change your mindset if you're a business, small business, any type of business. You got to change your mindset about networking. You got to get out there. You got to watch out for the influencers. Okay. Because they come to you and they're so good at selling these businesses. Yep. You got to get active, whether it's Carlos or the Doral Chamber or Chamber South.
And as we know, sometimes people are hesitant to go. But if folks, if they want to go, they can call you and say, Manny, I want to come out. I want to go experience it. And you're going to hold their hand. You're going to introduce them.
We take care of them.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't even have to call. Just show up.
Show up.
Just show
and,
up.
And Carlos, you're the same. And it's I enjoy our relationship. All right. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, my relationship with Manny is important to me. I told a couple people, I don't know why I said it. All right, but I did. I know why I said it because you're a good guy. And Carlos keep you on the straight and narrow. And Carlos, thank you for your friendship and for doing a great job with Dex Media and also Profit Inc. and Greater Kendall. We're gonna wrap it up again. If somebody wants to reach you, they go on. What's your?
Well, don't go on our website today because it's down.
But you can look them up all over the internet. Doral Chamber of Commerce.
It's Iona's problem. Actually, our website is so old and it's got so much content on it that we've been so fearful of updating it. Yep. And now
somebody else has that problem.
That catches up with you. So we have Felipe's working on it as we speak.
What platform are you on?
WordPress.
WordPress. Okay.
Yeah,
so and those are all the changes that we all struggle with, whether it's on this level or the small business at large. And what do we have to do to stay current? And
but my cell phone number. Everybody has my cell phone number. 305-546-3301. You can call the office, and if you search on Google, you're going to find us everywhere.
And if you want to know how to dress, call Carlos's wife, and she's going to tell you where to buy all this.
This is true. I dress myself. Anyway, greaterkendall.com, or you can call me at 305-607-7300.
Wonderful. Thanks, guys, for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
Our pleasure.
We're looking at the red camera. Again, folks, thank you for joining us. Remember, take care of yourselves and your family. Have a good day.